Hi. Sage Sue here, back for another video about aging well and owning our aging in positive, empowering, and meaningful ways. Sorry for being away for a few weeks. It's a busy time of year. I hope you're enjoying fall just as much as I am. And because it's fall, I want to continue with our theme that we started a few weeks ago about living the seasons and embracing the change. Both in really embracing the different time of the seasons, the part of the year that we're in, but also really embracing the idea that we go into different seasons as we continue to age. For most of us, we're all in fall and we're headed for winter, later life. So this is a great time to think about things on our to-do list, just like we were preparing for winter coming in. We know snow is coming in Colorado, for example, the things you do prepare for that. But we need to prepare ahead for winter of our life as well, but also to make, again, the most of this season, this fall. So last time we talked about some to-do items for our fall of life list of things to prepare for and things to really enhance this season. We want to continue with this today with another piece of that. And the next piece is to really use this time, fall, for most of us to widen our communities. I also call this a double header because it's also one of the focus areas on my compass, my Live Empowered for Life compass that we haven't talked about for a few weeks now. Fostering community is down at the bottom right here. And it is one of the key focus areas for successful aging, which is really what a lot of Thriving with Age is about. Hopefully going through this time of life as successfully as possible and living it as fully as possible. So let's talk about this topic in a little more detail and talk about why it's important and why it should be on our to-do list right now. One of the biggest reasons is for most of us, as we head into fall and then head into the winter of our lives, our community connections often just continue to decrease and become smaller and smaller. It's one of the reasons why, at least for older people, there's such a, that we talk about the isolation and the loneliness epidemic that's gone on and was expanded during the time of the pandemic. Because people's lives, they often didn't even realize how small their lives had gotten until that crisis hit and people were really limited to spending time alone to really think about who was in their community, who was in their support networks. But it's also a time, because we're not working, we're not in the workforce anymore, we don't have those work friends, where our families have grown up and moved away, so we don't have those community connections through our children. So a lot of that diminishment takes place. We also go through losses, losing friends, people dying, having health issues maybe where they can't get out like they once did. So it's a time to really focus on how can we expand our community connections and widen our connections. Another reason for this is something I've talked about before, is that aging is a team sport. We don't age well alone. We may do it well alone at some other point, but not as we grow older. To really thrive with age, we need to do it together. We need to do it as a team. We need to do it with our community, our family, our friends, our community support network around us. And also to realize, because winter is coming down the road, the winter season of life, that our strong community support networks will grow in value with time and become much more of a need than a want. Now, I've already needed help through some of the health issues that I've experienced, but some people don't face that until they're older. But that time will come for all of us when we need the people around us. We need the help and support of those in our community. So it's a great time to think about widening our communities and putting in the effort now, because it just doesn't happen as naturally. We have to put the time and the effort into, and even the focus into, making community connections, friends, expanding out those connections as much as possible now. Now, the cool thing is it's a great time of life to do this. A few weeks ago when I was leading my Aging Well group at my church, I brought in this slide of, it's a stop and smell the roses time of life, where we have time to have fun and really not be rushed to spend time with people we value, but also with people we want to get to know, maybe want to become friends with, learn more about them, strengthen our relationships. So it's something we want to work on. I know I'm putting more focus in my travel, not so much just visiting new places, but getting back in touch with the people that are important to me, old friends, family, using this time of life to really spend time to reconnect with the people that are important. Not just say they're important, but spend time and put the energy in. It's a great time to make new friends. We can make new friends at our gym, at our churches, in the places we're spending time at, in our neighborhoods. We can use this time to really expand out our range of friends as well. I know I've often always had older friends, or people at least my age or older, because of my interest in the whole field of aging. But now I'm really excited about making friends with younger people, people younger than me, and really broadening out that kind of expanse of the people in my life who are in my community, who are my friends. Reaching out to those with shared interests. The people that, I'm interested in starting a makers group, people that are creative, where I can come with my crocheted rugs made of sheets and share that idea with other people who are making things too. I think that'd be a really cool way to meet new people and really deepen some of those connections. My volunteer work at Fairmount Cemetery has kind of introduced me to a new set of people, all with the same interests of mine, the history of cemeteries, the storytelling of the people buried in the cemeteries. People that, love things like football or rowing class or things that I enjoy doing. Those are great ways to expand out our communities. We can also just spend more time where we are. And again, with that, stop and smell the roses. I go over to a neighbor's house every day, typically, because she reads the paper, she gets the paper, and then I borrow it and take it from her after she's done with it. But it's a great way to see her every day. And I stop by with my dog, and he loves the treats. And, it's just a little ritual that we go through. But I feel like it's strengthened our friendship to have that connection daily. Watching football with a friend. This summer, I sat out in lawn chairs with another neighbor and just chatted, just enjoyed the afternoon. So not things that take big amounts of time, but it's putting conscious effort into valuing the people around you and really wanting to get to know them better. Spending time with family, we're at a point now, we've had 2 cousin get-togethers this year. My sister had one last week. I had one back in May when I was back in Nebraska. And our parents are all gone now. So we don't have that added focus of taking care and being there for an older parents. A lot of the kids are older and established. A lot of the people my age are retired, so have more time. So really taking advantage of these opportunities to either connect with new people or to, again, refresh and refurbish some of our old friendships and connections and make those valuable again. If you feel a little rusty with this, a great resource that I would recommend is Dr. Ruth Westheimer's book, which is all about connecting. This is the last book of hers. It was published after her death this year. And she took this on as a project because of this big loneliness epidemic going on in our country. And she had experienced that herself in her own life. So she wanted to add her piece. And what I love about her, she's really practical about the ideas she comes to. So I'd recommend this as a resource if you need some ideas. I also love just one real simple idea out of her book, which is be a turtle. And what she means by that is stick your neck out. Be the first person to reach out to someone and say, hey, can we get together for coffee or a meal? Or just get together for a talk, and just get to know each other a little better. So be a turtle and reach out. It's also really easy just to smile and say hello. something I try to do when I'm out walking every day is just wave at people and say hello. Most people I don't know, but maybe they need that hello. And I'm just, again, making that connection, getting good at reaching out, sticking my neck out like the turtle, and getting to know people. We don't know where the important connections are in our life. So cast a really wide net at this point in time. And this comes into play with the next slide, which is that every connection counts, whether it's big or small. Remember this. So don't be judgmental about, oh, this person is important and this person I don't think is important. We don't know. Cast that wide net. Connect with the people around you. Make those relationships count. And I saw this play out for my parents as they age. My mom was from a really big family, had very close siblings. They spent a lot of time together. Mom and Dad had lots of friends. They were very social people. But when they got into their early 90s, at the end of their lives, their connections, their support network, community connections had gotten really, really small. Most of Mom's family was gone. Most of their friends were gone. And the people that ended up being the most important at the end of their lives were what you could have called pretty casual connections at the beginning. People they met at the Y after they moved to a larger community. Younger people that they met, well, they went to exercise and have coffee after. Another couple who lived next door to them just for really a short period of time, but they were also members of their church. That couple and those Y friends became their biggest supporters and connectors at the end of their life, and were invaluable to us kids, and really strong connectors and support for us too. So don't judge, just connect. And think about it both for the this and the that. Think about how this one enhance this time of your life, but also be there for that coming time of life when we will need people more than ever. And again, the more connections we have now, the more we'll have left at the end. So go big on this, go wide. I'll end with this slide. You know, it's a wonderful quote about community. We may not have it all together, but together we can have it all. And that becomes so, so true in late life. So make the most of this opportunity to really, now that you're not so rushed, where you're not having so many other responsibilities, to take time to really broaden out your community, your friends, your social connections, your interest connections. Now is a perfect time to do it. I always like to end just pointing out, if you want to see more of my videos, you can go to my YouTube channel at AgeTHRIVE, or visit me on Facebook and follow me on my Facebook page is Let's Thrive with Age. Have a great couple weeks to come. I'll be back with more. And thank you for all of us who are listening to this. Once or many times, I really appreciate your support. Now and always. It means a lot to me. I'm trying to do this to make a difference, even if it's a really small difference. So thank you. And again, have a great week. Take care. Bye.